What's funny to me is like I saw a video. Is it really the first time that I ever felt like, oh shit, like generations just view the world like differently. Like I never really thought about it, but they asked like a kid, like, oh, like make believe you're talking on the phone, and a bunch of these little kids, they just said like this. They just made a flat hand and they just put it to their face, and I'm like, no, this is the phone. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But the next topic I guys got for you, man. We're all old heads here. We're the new old heads, I guess. We can say that now. But the generation. Nowadays, the kids growing up these days don't know what a beeper was, or a house phone, like someone having a house phone, or a portable CD player. I know we all had one. Or even know where the fucking phone booth is, or where to find it. Or even how to use it if they do find it. What?
I've got some takes on all those things, Tony.
What takes?
I personally never had a landline. My parents had a landline, but that's not the same thing as me having a landline. That was their old technology for me.
But you know how to use it. You knew what it looked like.
I never had a fucking beeper. I absolutely never had a beeper.
A beeper
What?
either, yeah.
No, dude.
Ugh.
You
and I've
had
never had
a
to use a phone
beeper?
booth.
Yeah, and I had a see-through beeper. And
I never had to use a phone booth in my fucking life. They existed. You would see phones every now and then, but I never had to use one in my life.
I used one. You had to.
I've used a beeper. I've never had a beeper. I've never personally had a home phone in like my apartment or my home, but growing up, I mean, I had a home phone till I left for college. So I used to talk to my girlfriends on the home phone.
Your mom still has a home phone to this day.
I think my mother still does have a home, but you know, she's old. But I mean, like I used to talk to my girlfriends to the middle of the night on the home phone. Like my mom would pick up the phone and be like, Pucho, hang up the phone because she gotta call somebody. Like, so I mean, like those are unique experiences that you know these new whippersnappers they don't gotta fucking deal with the whole like only one person can make. I mean, obviously that's how phones work now, but we don't have personal devices, so it's like everybody got to share the fucking phone. So it'd be like, I'm talking to my girlfriend and my brother's like, bro, I need to call my girlfriend. Like, you need to get the fuck off the phone already. Like, and everybody's rationing time on this motherfucking house phone.
How funny would that be nowadays if you just had one cell phone for the entire family? It's like, oh, you're going out, take the cell phone.
But why would they take it? You can't even fucking, you wouldn't be able to get in contact with.
That's why you have a beeper. You just message them on the beeper. Hey, like, find the phone and call me. Like, you know what I mean? That's
the beeper was such dumb technology.
I don't think
Shit
it
was so stupid.
I don't think
The
it was
beeper
dumb.
was dope. Like, think about it. There was a fucking time when people were out and about and you just couldn't get in contact with these people. There was no way to do it. Like, you just had to wait for them to just come around. And the beeper was a device, right, that allowed you to send a text message to someone, basically.
Pretty much.
A text message in the sense you had like 7 numbers you could put in, or 10 numbers or something.
You could put like Pooch phone number, or maybe he already knows your phone number, so all you gotta do is put your name. You could put like SOS, emergency, like stuff that people are gonna go, holy shit, all right, I need to like run right now, and boom, their phone, their little beeper, it'll beep, they'll pick it up, they'll look at it, and it would just be scrolling text. Like, you might even miss it.
You can't replay it. That's it. You get one time.
I think maybe like the later beepers might have had like replay technology, but I think the beepers play through like 2 times or something, and the message is gone. Like,
That's pretty nuts.
I never had one. I think my older sister had one. My older brother didn't give a shit. I don't think he had a beeper.
yeah, my dad had a beeper, so we used to play around with his beeper.
Beeper was fun. Like they had like the see-through ones, had a color one, or obviously the OG black one. But I only used it a couple times, like maybe once or twice, and then it was a cell phone. That's when the Nokia brick phone with Snake, the best game ever invented for the cell phone. Snake came. Me and my mom used to go ham on that shit. And I also had the I know Doughboy had to have a portable CD player.
Yeah. I had a cassette player.
But
a cassette player? I never.
Why did you have a cassette player?
It was just, dude, we had a lot of cassettes. We were a cassette family. We didn't get no goddamn CDs in the 90s. I didn't get CDs until like 99, 98. I started buying CDs.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I was early to the game. Though.
I remember my brother used to go out, be like, yo, I'm going to go buy this hip hop album. And then he'd come back home and it'd be a cassette. And we had a little boom box. It was like this big. And we used to play our cassettes right there. And we'd listen to our music. And we'd just sit there vibing to a hip hop album. Yo, back in the day, we didn't have a lot of things to do. It was like go out and play or do real basic shit.
Yeah, like make mixtapes. And mixtapes were bullshit because mixtapes, you had to listen to the radio until that fucking song you wanted came on. And then you had to hit record real fucking quick. Otherwise, you missed it. You had to wait another hour for them to play that song again.
I did mixtapes, but with VCR and like the TV. I would record music videos. Those are my mixtapes.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, like I'd go on VH1 and I'd go
and
like
you hit
on
the record
MTV
button, yeah.
And then like when Tupac would come on or something like that, I'd record.
Did you take one?
And then he'd set up his schedule to record the Skinemax movies in the middle of the night.
Yes, I needed to see some skin rubbing together because that's all you could see on the Skinemax. Is like half a tit.
His mom would wake up in the morning. She'd be like, "Hey, why was the VCR running last night at 2:00 in the morning?"
Yo, you know what's funny is that you take like the VCRs, you can just recopy something onto it. So it's like, oh, my first birthday, yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna put the skin on that shit and fucking hit record. That's just dangerous if you really think about it. Like recording,
yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
just overwriting old shit that's important shit. Such and such is a wedding, and you're just like, I'm definitely gonna put porn right over this. It's kind of ridiculous.
You go back to watch it's like the beginning entrance of the wedding, and then bomb straight cock into vaginas just fucking going in, and they're like, yo, what the fuck kind of wedding is this? What the hell?
Yeah, like
Funny
I mean,
it's skip to the honeymoon.
Even porn back in the day, like you had to acquire it. There was like an acquisition of it, and it usually was your somebody's father, somebody's uncle, some shit like that. You're like, I got it.
I was just talking about fucking forest porn the other day. Y'all ever come across forest porn? Just
were they fucking trees and humping trees?
No, like just random porn you found out in your kid adventures, basically. Like just like a stack of porno mags.
Nah, I'd never seen any porno mags.
That was my first experience with porn, was like finding just a stack of porno mags on my property somewhere. We were a truck driving company, so my family had like 30 drivers at some point. So it must have been one of their porno stashes that they had on our property for some reason. But yeah, I remember very clearly finding a porno stash and my cousin being like, what the fuck?
I can't remember my first porno experience. That's crazy.
I remember. Like, I mean, well, I don't remember I guess I could say I don't remember the experience, but I could tell you what it was probably. Like, it's just, we had stolen cable, right? And channel 63 is the Playboy channel. And I want to say channel 64, Spice. Spice was lit.
What was on channel 69 though?
I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't that sexy.
Missed opportunity.
Nah, it was 58, 59, 59, 60, 61, 62. Those are the pay-per-view channels. There were 4 pay-per-view channels on TV. All right. This is where we used to watch. This is where we saw Friday. This is where we saw Next Friday. This is where we watched Rush Hour. Like when these movies came out in the 90s, boom, channel 61 had it, channel 62 had it. You click up one more time, boom, you're in the porn. Like, and if you didn't have stolen cable, what they used to do is they used to scramble they used to scramble the signal. So if you went to the pay-per-view channels, it was all like warbly, like the picture was all fucked up in different colors. So you couldn't it was so much distortion that you couldn't see, and the audio was distorted too. So it was just like you couldn't really hear shit. But if you was a real horny bastard, you could still see the fucking behind all the shit.
You can
like, if you
make
just really look, you could see the fucking distorted bodies, and they're just going at it. So I could guarantee you that was one of my early porn experiences, no doubt about it. Damn. These young kids, man, they just go open the phone, go to Pornhub, boom, all the fucking they need.
Yo, you remember how?
So back to CD players though. Did y'all have a skip free one? Because I swear that the first CD player I got, the first portable CD player I got, it was from my grandparents or something, and it did not have that anti-skip technology, and it was bullshit.
The skip was the worst, bro. Like you try to listen to it as you're walking home or walking whatever from classroom to classroom or whatever, bro. I used to have to hold that shit like a baby, like
right in front of you.
flat, so that way it didn't skip. At the moment you turn it, I was like, oh fuck me, bro. Like it was the worst.
Even just taking the CD player, sometimes they couldn't be like that. Like they had to be right side up, and if you looked at it the wrong way, it'll skip on you.
Yeah.
Yo, thank God I got into CD technology late. I think I got straight into the anti-skip CDs.
It was not the CDs; it's the player itself. That's like the Sony Walkman, right?
Yep.
And back in 1984, they came out with a mobile cassette player. This is a huge deal. In the 90s, they came out with the Sony Walkman again, but it was the Sony Walkman disc, and that was hey, take your CD player and you could go take a walk with this damn thing, and it ain't gonna skip.
And it was yellow, right?
Then they came out with it a third time, and that was a Sony Walkman mini disc player, which I had in high school.
It was much skinnier, much smaller.
It was a little blocky thing.
And once you drop those CD players, it was a wrap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get like 2 drops. Yo, you would drop it and it would fucking shatter. Like it was like it would come apart in like 4 pieces. You're like, fuck. And you would grab the top of that fucking CD player and just like crunch it in, and it would work again.
You remember back when MP3 players were actually a thing, and now we just all have like Spotify or Apple Music or Google Play or something in your cell phone. It's like, the fuck would I ever buy an MP3 player?
Bro, it's crazy.
I had an what was it?
The iPhone,
what is that shit called?
iPads. AirPods. No.
What is the MP3 player from the
iPod?
iPod. Yeah, fuck, stupid ass motherfuckers. iPod, bro, with the silver back, bro. Lena had one, and I think I had one. I'm not sure, but I lost it. I know I had it, and I had an amazing playlist. I was always jealous of everybody who had one because I still had the CD player, and it was just like fuck. Like my family can't afford to give me an iPod, but bro, them shits were once they came out with that shit, it changed the game. Millions of songs just by rotating. Shit was amazing.
What about that stupid
millions? Are you crazy?
Nah,
what about that stupid
shuffle? It was like the shuffle was like 112 songs or some shit. And then even if you got the real fat iPod that was like,
you got like
you could
1,000
put all the
songs, I think.
It was like, it was like 1,000. I mean, it's a lot of fucking songs. Like right now, it's hard for you to say I have 1,000 songs I want to have on deck to listen to. Like that's a difficult list to put together. Like,
unless you're Doughboy.
Really just went through and grabbed a bunch of albums and threw them on.
I could fill that up
from LimeWire or Napster.
Right. All right. You're supposed to buy them from iTunes, but
you remember how long
used to go
porn
and
used to
download
take?
them. Dale.
It's your stage now, though. How long did the porn take?
Took forever on Napster.
You know the worst thing about Napster?
What?
Is that people put their own shit up there, right? And like you would download these songs. For the longest time, I thought the Steve Miller Band sang that song Magic Carpet Ride. Because every dummy on Napster put that song up as Steve Miller Band Magic Carpet Ride. It's not by them.
Bro, LimeWire was even bad too, because sometimes you can get a bad one. You can get that fucking virus, bro, and you will be fucked. Like I've come close to fucking up a computer down pirating fucking music.
how wild that everything has changed now, because I would not dream of downloading an MP3 unless I verified like where the fuck it was from now. And we were just downloading all kinds of shit back in the day.
For people who have never used these apps, it was like you'd open up the app and you'd get a search bar. You'd type like what you want in the search bar. Big titties. Boom, you hit enter, and then you'll just get a list of things that allegedly have big titties. You're just really searching for the name in the file, and then you're just like, all right, I'm gonna download this one, and this one, and boom, they'll start downloading.
Download sketchy things too, like .zip files.
Yeah.
Why would we ever do that? Why did we ever download just .zip files from some random stranger on the internet?
Nowadays, you ain't doing that.
Once I downloaded I downloaded one of those like 500 SNES ROMs or some shit like that, like in the early days of emulation. Like, so there was some jackpots on those things, and I watched many, and I mean many a porno from Napster, LimeWire, BearShare. Like,
BearShare. Oh my god.
Yeah, because Napster existed, and then it got shut down. All the lawsuits, and then from there, everybody kind of jumped over to LimeWire, and that lasted a while. And then people hopped over, and they were using BearShare.
Pirate Bay.
And there might have been some other stuff in there, but yeah, Pirate Bay, that's after BearShare.
Yeah,
That's like we're downloading torrents now, which is another technology that again it still exists, but it's like we don't need to live our lives like that no more. What's funny to me is like I saw a video. Is it really the first time that I ever felt like, oh shit, like generations just view the world like differently. Like I never really thought about it, but they asked like a kid, like, oh, like make believe you're talking on the phone, and a bunch of these little kids, they just said like this. They just made a flat hand and they just put it to their face, and I'm like, no, this is the phone. Like, what the fuck are you talking about when you're talking on the phone? Like. And that's when I realized, like, holy shit, these kids never grabbed like a landline phone. They've only dealt with fucking like touch screen devices. Like they got the flat screen on, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, holy shit. So it's just it's just interesting. Like as time goes on, technology goes on. Like shit, you couldn't even talk on the phone and use the internet at the same time. Them shits interrupted each other. Like, if you picked up the phone to call someone while someone was using the internet, that's what you heard. Just like fucking the Matrix, like machine noises and shit. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Too.
Dude, that's one of my favorite memes on the internet. It's like the young woman, and she's like helping this grandma down the street or something. And the grandma's like, when I was a girl, the internet came in through the phones and it sounded like robots screaming. The woman's like, shush, grandma, go to bed now.
Yeah, bro. That's funny. Times definitely changed. Like all those purchases back in the days we used to do, like the Walkman, the CD player, the cassette player. I never even had a cassette player. It's crazy, bro. Times changed for sure. Fucking nowadays, like I couldn't even tell my sister, yo, go to the phone booth. She would be like, what's a phone booth? Like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Or use the phone book.
What does Superman change in now?
He doesn't. He just runs down the alleys and just fucking strips and goes. Like
he goes to his closest Starbucks.
Oh, here we
The
go.
idea that he would change in a phone booth is so fucking ridiculous. They're see-through. Like people are gonna see you change in there, but
I mean, he is fast. I don't know. He really doesn't need a fucking phone booth.
so why the fuck would he need to go in the phone booth? Like he
So
could get
weird.
changed quicker than you could even see that something happened. Like
Yeah, so weird. But